Now, this is kind of where now that you guys are kind of like in the mountains, there you're not really going to be using the truck anymore. So as you guys kind of, and you can see there's a little donkey on the map. I like that
Oh
donkey.
yeah.
I don't know why, but I like the donkey. Um, that is my son. But Jackson Elias, he gets out of the truck. Yeah, he kind of leaves it there, and he turns to you guys like, "I'm gonna go get the mules and start like moving our packs on them. I do need to make uh once I'm done, we can either just head out here from Puno, or we can meet up with one of my kind of contacts here who kind of she kind of knows more about the history of the ruins in that area. Uh I think we should visit her. Um here's her she lives around the lake. So Jackson Lies, he kind of writes down uh, a little bit where the address and directions on where she lives there in Puno. This is all information he got from Doctor Professor Sanchez, and he hands it to Doctor Franklin, and goes like, "If you guys want to visit her and get the history and get any information that you can, just mention Professor Sanchez's name, and then while I'm getting the mules, once you're done with her, we can head out." And so he hands you the piece of paper with that kind of little address to you, Franklin. And he goes and heads to find some mules to rent.
Fantastic. I think we should definitely look into any knowledge we can get if everyone is in agreement.
I think it's always a good idea to become as knowledgeable as possible on a subject.
Yes. Knowledge is power, as they
Especially
say.
when we don't know nothing about it.
Well,
Mm.
I don't know about nothing about it, but we could certainly stand to learn more as a unit.
All right. So you guys are going to head over to this contact, correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
Seems that way.
All right. So you guys separate uh, from Jackson Elias as he gets the supplies and you guys try to gather and kind of.
Is
She
it a
li-
trap? Legally, you have to tell me if it's a trap.
you got to roll for it if you think there's a trap. You can always roll a spot hidden. You never know.
I'll wait until we get there and see what the vibes are.
Okay. So she lives kind of on the lake, and this is unfortunately kind of the best map I could get. And it looks more like hay, but this is kind of her home here. And you kind of get kind of on the rowboat, and you make it kind of to this little house. And I would like everybody to once again roll spot hidden.
It is a trap. Oh, I'm gonna use a luck point.
Okay, use your luck.
So am I.
Okay,
I
using
literally
luck.
need one luck to get it.
Both of you got to give me that luck point.
One singular luck point.
Why did
Josie,
we
would you
all
like to
roll
spend 2
so
luck?
close? I demand a recount. I think you've done something to roll 20.
Yes, I've hacked it completely. Um, I think Jethro, we're missing, or no,
Oh
Jethro.
no, I just didn't roll very well.
Oh, you just didn't roll very well. Okay, you all failed.
Yeah, I got a
But
78.
2 of you spent luck. Josie, I did not hear you. Are you gonna spend the 2 luck as well?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Yeah.
Okay, so all of you actually passed by spending your luck currency. Um, you guys do notice you're being watched. And as you approach the docks to board the little boat to get to the little island where this contact lives, you see a middle-aged woman and a teenage boy kind of staring at you. They're not doing a good job of trying to hide it, but they're sneaking a lot of glances at you guys.
James kind of hangs his rosary out of his pocket. That's it, though. He assumes that that's going to ward off the vampires.
How far
Solid.
away are we from them?
So they're like, imagine like there's two like docks. So like they're, if you're on one and there's like a boat next to you, they're on the other dock on the other side. So like they're just kind of looking at you from there.
If we wanted to talk to them, would we have to shout to be heard?
Yes.
Okay. Ida will just wave and give a friendly smile.
They don't respond. And actually, I'm gonna move us back to the Puno map here, and just a better example is like, if this is the boat, if you like scroll kind of up on the map, if this is kind of like where the boat is, then they would be like
Okay.
over here.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Does the woman look like the contact we've been set to meet?
That are staring at you?
Yeah.
No, she's on the island.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were on the island. My bad.
No, you're getting on the little raft
Got
to
it.
kind of
Got
to
it.
get there.
Got it. Well, maybe it's just that we obviously don't look like we are locals.
I mean, there's one way to find out. I'm assuming somebody. I did not make that spot hidden check, so I am assuming somebody have pointed them out since you waved and all that kind of stuff. Jethro's just gonna walk right over to him, but like friendly, like say hi, like do you speak English?
Uh, there's, if you're kind of yelling at the people staring at you,
Mm-hmm.
they don't answer and they actually begin to run away as you call out.
Okay. He turns back. He's, well, I guess we don't have to worry about them anymore.
Straight.
Or do you?
Or we may have to.
All right. So after that little interaction, you guys get on the little boat. You kind of follow the directions on Franklin's like little like sheet there, and you guys make it to this island. There's a little lone singular house kind of here and there.
Is there a
I'd
door
walk
to the
up
house?
to the
There
house.
is a door to the house.
James walks up and knocks. Hello?
It takes about a moment, and eventually the door kind of lightly kind of opens up, and what you see is kind of a very small elderly woman, and she speaks, she looks at you, she sees that you're white from America, and she goes in kind of like more broken English, she goes like, yes, hello, can I help you?
Howdy. We're with Mr. Elias, Jackson Elias. He told us that you could illuminate some things for us.
She looks around and she goes like, "Oh, are they all with you?"
Yeah, them's is my posse.
"Oh, please come in." And she opens the
Yeah.
door
Sorry.
wide, and she kind of she lets you guys in. It's a very like small like wooden cabin kind of home, right? And she kind of she gestures like, "Please sit. I have food for you all."
Well, far be it from me to deny Grandma feeding some youngins. And
Mm,
James takes a seat.
I'd like to make a vibe check.
A vibe check.
Yes.
All right, does she pass the vibe check? That would be a psychology roll.
Let's
Ooh.
fucking go.
You sense so as Nyra, who is the name of the contact, she comes out and she kind of actually starts like putting plates of food on the table. You do get a strange vibe from her. Um, she does not fully pass the vibe check. There's something going on that you can sense.
I'm gonna just quietly, like when she makes a like to go get more food or stuff to place on the table, I'm just gonna quietly to everyone else go, do not eat the food. There's something very strange about this woman.
What, Franklin? What are you talking about? Don't be
Just
disrespectful.
I'm not being disrespectful. There's something very off about this situation and this woman. Just don't eat the food, please.
Well, it's just
Let's
some
just
old
fill her
lady
out a
on
little bit
the middle of
first.
an island, and
She comes out and
James
she,
kind of like crosses his arms.
"Please eat." She has a smile on her face and she's like, I have lots of food. Please eat." She's very insistent on you guys eating.
That whole spiel Franklin gave James does make him a little suspicious, so he's gonna, before he does anything, just kind of look at the food and see if he can see anything off about it.
See anything off about it? Okay. Um, let's see. What's a good roll for this? Go ahead and roll an
Alrighty.
intelligence roll.
Oh boy, intelligence. This will be fruitful. Oh!
Okay. So you see nothing wrong with the food. Not at first glance, anyway. There's nothing. It doesn't. It just looks like food. At least on the outer surface of it.
Did she hand me like a utensil to eat this with?
Yes. There's like a small fork.
Alright. He's gonna kind of pick through it with a fork real quick.
Okay. And as you pick through it with your fork and knife, you discover it's not actually meat, it's wood.
What the fuck?
And
Okay.
and as you discover it, she starts laughing. It turns out that Nyra is a bit of a jokester and a comedian. And she goes, "Haha, got you."
And a nutcase.
And it turns out that she does actually. The reason that your vibe check was kind of weird is because she was trying to play a prank on you.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Mm,
how
Is there
funny.
anything actually edible in this plate?
There's nothing. She served all of you wood. She likes to play pranks.
You should really be careful. Someone could really get hurt.
No, no, no. It's just a fun game I like to play. Do not worry. I am a good friend of Professor Sanchez, and I he has spoken to me about Dr. Elias. I am assuming there has been a lot of talk about the ruins nearby. I am assuming that's why you guys are here.
Well, that's right, miss.
I would and her smile and her laughter, they turn kind of somber, and she goes, "I you should all of you should go home. You guys should not go to that pyramid."
I think it's a little late for that, man. But is there anything
Yeah, I have
you
to.
know about it?
It is a very evil place.
We, we guessed that.
There there is a old legend about that pyramid. A long time ago, there was a very ancient and evil god who fell from the sky and landed in this very lake. And when it crawled out of the water, it was so hungry. It devoured everything that it touched. And our trickster hero Ekeko told the evil god where the most nutritious food could be found underground. And he showed the god these tubers and grubs. And the god, tempted by the food, crawled into an old armadillo burrow. Then our hero Ekeko, he placed stones over the burrow and trapped the god below. Ekeko told our people that this was a sacred site and to build the pyramid that is currently there over it and bind it with with rods and spells worked in solid gold. Since this is an old legend, most of us respect and revere that pyramid and the history that it has. People in Puno, we no longer we no longer go to the pyramid. And aside from me and a few others, most of us have forgotten uh, that story and where it came from. In recent times, we have sensed it is a very dark place. You should take that story as a warning and take your things and go home.
Wait,
With
quickly, did we
all due
lose
respect, ma'am.
Hex and Julia?
Did we?
I'm here.
Well, they're in the
Hmm.
Discord. Okay, I wasn't sure whether when y'all said it crashed, like y'all were gone. Okay, okay.
Crashed?
We said
Woof.
we got
In
cash.
cash.
Oh
We got cash
man.
money.
Yeah, and half.
Haha, you're
Money.
dyslexic. Haha.
Oh well, I mean that's good.
Yeah.
Never mind then. Forget I said anything.
Anywho, with all due respect, ma'am, we can't just go. I mean, some seriously terrible things are going down, and I mean, shoot, one of us been attacked by one of these freaky fellers with a fucked up mouth, and he kind of gestures towards Ida.
I see you have
I
been
mean,
attacked by the Karisiri.
yeah, you got an easier way of calling them something?
I believe in North America you could call them the fish taco.
I, yeah, all right.
I
She
don't
been
think
attacked by a
that's
fish taco.
definitely didn't. Okay. All right.
But anyhow, I mean, you heard the rumors and such about folks disappearing.
Yes.
We can't just sit back and do nothing.
Have there been disappearances here in Puno as well?
No, Puno has remained fairly the same. I have attributed due to the proximity of the pyramid. However, I am unsure of what has happened, but the the seal that kept this ancient god trapped. I can only imagine what has happened over the years.
Oh,
You
well,
believe
that's it
it's
then, right?
fallen into disrepair?
Possibly. As I said, it is a sacred place. It is not an area I will ever travel to. If you are truly intent on going there, I can. She pulls out a piece of paper and kind of begins to also kind of draw kind of its exact location to help Jackson Elias find the area. And she places it on the table and she goes, "You can give that to Mr. Elias, and it should give you the location of the pyramid."
Thank you.
Uh, right fast, Mrs. Darling, I didn't get your name. What was it?
Nyra.
M- Miss Nyra. This seal you're talking about, what is it? What's it look like? And if possible, could we repair it? If
It
it's
is
broken, I
es-
mean.
it is essentially a if you head to the pyramid, you should see that there is a essentially a long line of gold that wraps around it. It is said that that it is that this piece that it is inscribed with magics to help keep the evil contained. If it's been broken, then the seal has weakened and the evil can escape.
Right.
Might we
I want you
repair
Magic.
the
to
gold line?
I believe that was James. James, I want you to roll another intelligence roll.
Alrighty. Inteligente. Hard success.
Woo!
Her talking about these golden seals and the inline gold should remind you, James, of the golden rod clue in your handouts.
I don't still have that thing, do I?
I don't believe any of you got rid of it.
He kind of looks around at everybody and goes, Uh, y'all remember that golden stick?
Yeah, it was inscribed with something, right?
Yeah. Uh, does one of you have it or does I? And he kind of like really quick rifles through his stuff.
I believe it was you, James, who had it because it was given to you by Trinidad at the museum.
I just, yeah, I just don't remember if I ever gave it to anyone, like Jackson Elias or whatever.
I don't remember if you did either. We're just going to assume
I
that
would
you still have it.
imagine you still have it unless Dr. Franklin took it to look.
All right.
Tell you what,
Uh,
let's say you gave it to me one night because I asked for research purposes, especially with the math.
Yeah.
There you
I'll
go.
just go, oh
That
yes,
actually
of
makes
course.
more sense.
You gave it to me so I could research it along with the math. See, and I'll pull out the rod.
Nyra kind of takes a visible gasp and she goes, "These are the same seals talked about in our legend."
Well, hot dog. Well, maybe this will help us somehow.
It's almost as if this was ripped from the wall.
I'll be
Perhaps
damned.
might we
Hey,
restore it
Franklin,
by
maybe I should hang
returning
on to
them?
that this time.
I have no issues with that. We may not all want to have all the pieces in one person's possession.
Ma'am,
Oh
do you
yeah,
think
you
we
got the
might
mask, don't you?
restore the seal if we return these items?
I I do not know. We can only you can only know once you get there. I do not know what is happening at the pyramid.
Of course.
If this all began some time ago, maybe when that chalice ended up in our not so good friend's possession.
I'm sorry.
Seems likely.
A chalice. Shoot, I almost forgot about that.
I did forget about it.
I just wish you all to be careful.
Well, don't you worry, Miss Nyra. We'll be. What's the word I'm looking for? Cautious. Yep, that's the one.
That is all the information I have for you all. It was what I was prepared to give Mr. Elias. I pray for your
Right
safety.
then.
Nyra,
Thank you, ma'am. And
Insight check.
I'll pray for yours.
Insight.
I don't think
I want to know
insight's a
who
thing in
she's
this game.
praying to.
um, you know,
Nyarlathotep.
roll a cult.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
She is praying to some like a local god to the area. It's nothing evil or anything.
Ah,
It's
I
just
see.
it's more of like a local deity.
Do I considering my studies, and this isn't anything major, but might I know a little bit about it enough to like maybe give a like how you would leave with a bless you to someone like in Christianity, like a similar thing that would mean something to her, like as a as we leave.
So you would kind of know that according to the Incas, Lake Titicaca is the birthplace of humanity, and in the past there was a god named Vira Rocha, who rose from the waters, kind of carrying humans with them and taking care of humans as they spread across the earth. You can kind of recognize that her prayers to like this god. It's nothing evil. Uh, uh, it's just the local deity.
I'll I will say a little prayer to Viva Rocha in Spanish real quick to her, just as a well wishes to her as well.
You can tell that she very much appreciates that.
Before we leave, I think Jethro has one more question. He's going to tell her, I quite enjoyed that prank that you pulled with us, and I get, the parallel with the story. That was pretty good. Aside from tubers and roots, is there anything else that the evil god likes or could be enticed with that Akiko used?
She takes a moment to think, and she kind of looks at you and goes, "I do not know. I do know that you need to respect it. It is not. It is truly a great evil, and I would warn you against any contact with it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Does it have a name?
She takes a deep breath. She shakes her head and she goes, "We do not have a name for that breed."
I understand.
The only thing is that we know it as the father of maggots.
That sounds evil to me.
Quite disgusting.
He looks very
I mean,
like
that
somber
reminds
and
me.
sad.
Thank you, Miss Nyra, for your time. I think we ought to be getting on now.
Absolutely, and I do pray for your success.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very kind.
And I think James is going to head out to the boat.
Okay. I'm assuming all of you are leaving to the boats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
When we get back to the boat, I do have one little order. This may actually be a bad time to mention this, but I'm not a particularly strong swimmer.
Well,
Okay.
Just
And we're
boat, big body
sailing.
of water.
better hope the
Well, it should
boat
be the
doesn't
Nothing,
last
tip over.
nothing
time
over the
where,
side.
yeah.
I was just voicing it in case either you are a strong swimmer. I may require assistance.
Well, you can't doggy paddle.
I could certainly try, but I'm far more likely to sink than paddle.
We'll look out
Crazy
for you,
faces.
Doc.
All
Don't
right.
worry.
What a coincidence! I was gonna do a luck roll to see if the boat flipped over or not. Huh.
Well, now
Weird.
you can't do it because it would just be like too
Murder.
obvious.
Yeah,
Two on the
now
nose.
you
Yeah.
stopped me from making. Damn, how could you? So anyway, you
Somehow knew.
so you guys you make it back to the boat and you start heading kind of back to Jackson. And now as you guys begin to head back to Jackson Eliza, it's time for my personal favorite part with all of my players that I normally do. And as you guys walk back, and you cross my son, the donkey, over here, my little map, you notice someone who was not there before, and it is a